More than 6 million people gripped by hunger and disease in Somalia. The United Nations says the ongoing drought is driving the African nation to the brink of famine. Diseases like cholera and measles could make the dire situation even more tragic. The United Nations is pleading for help, warning more than half of Somalia's population is in desperate need of humanitarian assistance. CNN international correspondent David McKenzie traveled deep into Somalia to bring us this story.
Flying above drought-stricken terrain, where Somalis fleeing al-Qaeda-linked terrorists now fear famine the most.
There's no doubt that Somalia is insecure. We're in an armored personnel carrier right now, but the new UN Secretary General says that's no reason to ignore a looming humanitarian crisis.
It is the dramatic situation of countries like Somalia that create all the conditions for terrorism to prosper. And terrorism became a global problem, a threat everywhere.
Speaking of terrorism, Donald Trump has just instilled another travel ban affecting Somalia. Is that a helpful way of dealing with the threat of terrorism?
I have said time and again that countries have the right to protect their borders and to manage them in a responsible way, but that should not be done with any form of discrimination in relation to nationality, to religion or to ethnicity.
Here, survival is the only concern. Fatoumata Hassan is tired, gaunt. I fled with my children more than 100 miles on foot, she says. Shankaron cried the whole way, she says. Little Rahma is exhausted. A famine hasn't been declared yet, but that means little to the sick and the hungry at the regional hospital. The UN says more than 6 million people desperately need food assistance. That's half the Somali population. The United States is the UN's biggest donor, but the Secretary General faces a White House that has threatened to slash UN funding and foreign aid budgets. The new Somali president was given a Make Somalia Great Again hat in his first meeting with the US ambassador, and now a travel ban.
Does it weaken the relationship?
Well, it's something we have to work on. We have to work with the US government to see that this ban must be lifted.
His country in need once again.